どうも、あっきーです。
どうも、編集者のふぐです。
今日はなんか急に呼ばれたんですけど、何の撮影だい？
今日は前回の動画で WSOP のファイナルテーブルの動画を一つ流したと思うんだけれども、
なんか
その WSOP のファイナルテーブルの全ハンドを流していいという許可をPokerGoさんからいただきまして、それを流したいなというふうに思います。
なるほどね。結構恥ずかしいミスみたいなのもあったんやけど、それも全部流されちゃう感じね。
そうです。
OK です。じゃあせっかくなんで見ていただきましょうか。
で、そのミスしたハンドもこの動画の最後に解説してもらうような形でお願いしようかなと考えてます。
OK。じゃあまあ自分で言うのもなんだけど、やっぱあんまり多くの人が行けるような舞台じゃないから、この動画でそういった雰囲気とか緊張感とか味わってもらいながら見れたらなと思います。じゃあもう本編いっていい？
はい。
じゃあそれでは本編にどうぞ。
Ranked 50th in online poker, number 1 New Jersey for a while, moved out to Vegas, has been crushing live poker, has the chips and knows what to do with them.
Yeah, I mean, he shows up with 49% of the chips in play. As we see Maeda, with such a short stack, he's got an ace. I think this is it's going in, right, Tuck? It has to.
Hard to imagine a scenario where the chips don't go in. And
it's 2 million, right?
Okinobu Maeda, the 25-year-old, says all he does is play poker. I have to assume he's a cash game player because he's only got about 20,000 in live earnings.
Yeah. So if all he does is play poker, yeah, let's assume there's a lot of cash games going on for Mr. Maeda, who is all in at risk, but he has the better hand at the moment. Ace-8 is ahead.
We need a 10 or 7. Oh, not all in. 10-7 off.
Coleman with a star-studded rail. That's been your stat there with it for him.
Aspen, of course, the 2022 main event champion.
It's like a pretty.
An interesting flop. Coleman now looking for a 10 or an 8.
There's nothing on the screen.
Board pairs.
Nothing's happened.
Maeda,
we need an 8 or a 10.
Looking to fade a 10 or an 8 on the river to double up to 4.4 million. And it's a 3 of diamonds. He does double up. Akinobu with the double up. 2 hands in. He's laddered up and doubled up. It's a good start.
Yeah, he's off to a great start here. I think it's because he was clutching his hands together right there. I mean, one thing, if you pray at the poker table, you mean it.
Got 1-9. What a story for the 25-year-old. His biggest cash before today, $6,898. He did pull the $10,000 mystery bounty at the Bicycle Casino in Los Angeles earlier this year. But that's his biggest score, the mystery bounty.
It's the mystery bounty. I love that format, by the way, the mystery bounty. It's so much fun.
Back in PokerGo Cup history. Came back from 2 big blinds to win one of the events in the PokerGo Cup. Just another 6-figure score for him there.
No big deal, just another day at the office. As we see Maeda with a pocket pair here, he's got about 10 big blinds.
Is there any way to kind of massage this, or is this, what's the play? What are the options?
I would certainly shove all in myself, but he is trying something creative here, putting in about a quarter of his stack with the pocket 8s. I don't think he's got intentions of ever folding before the flop, but we'll see. I think this will get through. I mean, I'm assuming Coleman's not going to defend 6 deuce, so I guess 1 million did what 4 million could have done, which is take down the pot.
At 63%.
4.5?
As you would expect. He's the chip leader. He's the most accomplished player at the table. We sort of anticipated that he would be getting involved in more pots than the average player. at this final table. And you saw Angelou just now folding King 10 offsuit.
7.2.
Costa Jock. Gonna have to face this, and we got the all-in on the button. Holski very quickly folds. Maeda picks up ace-queen. Very quickly.
Took off
all
the
in.
sunglasses. Last time he kept them on. I don't think this bodes well.
Ace-queen.
Put the sunglasses back on, Maeda. That's the secret to your success.
9-3 suited versus ace queen.
He's praying again, though, Tom.
Seems like a fair
really
fight.
good hands
9-3 versus
today,
ace-queen.
as you can tell.
You think David? You think David has good hands ever?
Only good hands here.
James Romero holding that banana up high.
The two sub-10s.
Be proud of the banana.
I feel it.
Yeah, this one.
I feel it.
Maeda, about a 2-1 favorite.
8-7
A lot of
deuce
interesting
range,
turn
backdoor
cards.
flush draw.
Ace-queen still good. 6 of spades for a sweat.
Yeah, we're getting there.
That would be fun. Yeah. I like it. Any spade for a sweat.
10.
Not a spade, but
Hands are
it
good
does bring a
cards.
straight draw, and you can see the outs on the top now. Coleman with 14 outs to eliminate
One that's a bit
Maeda.
I'll win one of them.
8.1 million chips in this pot.
No dice.
Queen of diamonds, no dice indeed. And Maeda doubles up to 8.2 million. The dynamic of this final table has drastically changed because Coleman, who had nearly 50% of the chips in play, is still a chip leader, but there's not much in it. Seward right behind him, and now everybody but Holski actually has some chips.
Things have evened out significantly, Tuck, other than Holski, whose VPIP still stands at 0.
Earlier this year, his first live tournament win.
Yeah, it is impressive, and now he's still in position to possibly collect another live tournament win.
Holski's all in, and this one should get through. I mean, it's only 4 big blinds, but 9-4 offsuit.
I mean, do you really want to call a third of your stack almost with 9 high? Does ask for the count. It's not a snap fold here for Maeda, the former consultant who quit his job and said, I'm going to Vegas, baby.
Listen, I kind of love that YOLO attitude.
I do too.
You know? Maybe he can start his own consulting firm after this. Maeda maybe thinking about the odds. It's 2 million to call. He's got such a bad hand, though.
Yeah, he's getting. Well, it cost him 1.5 million to call. He's getting about 2 to 1.
Yeah.
On a call, and as the cards actually lie, he's about a 2 to 1 underdog. So, believe it or not, it would be a roughly break-even call, and he makes it.
He makes the call.
Yeah.
I am surprised. Colorly surprised.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised myself, Tuck, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Holski.
Pretty indifferent.
Coleman saying he's a little bit indifferent. That man right there is not indifferent. He would like his Jack 8 suited to win.
Like C2 versus 3.
2 short stacks battling here.
I'm winning. I have 16.7. Nick, how much do you have? Nick.
Costa Jock.
They don't show.
Oh, what a flop.
You mean the stacks?
Yeah.
And they don't do it.
An above average flop for Jack 8 suited.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, only on the stream.
Maeda down to 5 outs, looking for a 9 or a 4.
Beer. All the beers later, my friend.
4 spades, no good.
Yeah, me. I called for 4.5.
Picked up a couple of extra outs.
Nick,
Can
how
now
much
catch a
you
5.
Wow.
Again, can't be a spade.
12.775.
16.8.
What do you have?
Зол! Так, що за кол?
That is the Costa Jock, by the way.
Зол!
Costa Jock.
Costa Jock is fired up right now, Tug. Look, he's even flexing his muscles.
Вітаю! Glory to Ukraine!
He's doing it for his country, Tuck. Do something different this time.
Looks like he's just going to raise once again. But he raises an amount that he's clearly committed.
Right. It's instead of 3 million, I think we should either just go all in or try that min raise thing he did before. With the, you know, somebody comes in with the overwhelming chip lead, and then a few things don't go that player's way, and then things are very much evened out.
About 5-2. 5-2.
Okay.
I'm also kind of curious to see how the rest of the players react to this, because, you know, earlier on it was just, okay, I'm deferring to the chip leader, I'm going to get out of his way. But now, will they play back at him?
Right. Someone else could step up and say, I'm now feeling like I have a shot at this bracelet. When you arrive at the final table and somebody has half the chips, it doesn't feel like you have a shot, but now it sure does.
Coleman raising, Holski lets it go. Maeda, not in great shape, but certainly a hand that you might defend the big blind with, right?
You could. I mean, he starts with about 11 times the big blind. Just cost him one more big blind to see a flop. And getting 4.5 to 1 on a call, you can definitely take a flop with King 8 suited, and he decides to do just that.
2.75 million in the pot. King 8 versus 8s.
Around 9.
9?
Yeah.
And
Without 20K.
pretty clean flop for Coleman's 8s. When you have a pocket pair in this situation, and you know the big blind defends, and there's an overpair, which there almost always is. How do you navigate that? I mean, how do you? Is it just kind of guesswork? Okay, well, do they have the pair? Do they not have it?
Well, it's largely a function of stack size. I mean, Maeda barely has 2 times the pot behind. We're not going to really make a bet that's planning to fold. If we get check raised, I think we have to call with 8s. So, you know, he's betting 500K here. If Maeda does anything, I don't think the 8s are ever going into the muck. Now, if you're a little bit deeper, you can start thinking about, well, what does a call or a raise mean on this board? But when stacks get this short, this hand is just too close to the top of our range to really consider letting it go against a much shorter stack.
5-seed or 4-seed or whatever you want to call it. Are tied with like.
Am Maeda going to make the call?
Getting frisky here with King 8, no pair, no draw.
The ace on the turn.
I don't know. That was
Not sure if that really scares Coleman.
Probably doesn't, Tuck. I mean, honestly, he's probably more concerned about a 3.
I could be wrong about that. I could be.
Yeah, you got to be thinking,
What the heck did you call me with?
I mean, the bet was so small.
Right.
You know, you're giving your opponent 6.5 to 1, but there's no heart out there. I mean,
I trust Cole.
At this point, oddly, Coleman can only really beat a flush draw.
Yeah, I don't know about the jack 10.
Or King 8 suited.
I mean, of the hands.
One of the two.
I meant of the hands that actually make sense.
Right.
I think I'm fine with
And you kind of feel like if Maeda had a flush draw, he's probably going to check raise all in, right?
That's a good point. Yeah,
Not
for
so
sure.
clear anymore.
He's still going to bet it, and this is just great instincts by the crusher, David Coleman, not being fooled by the fact that his small flop bet was called.
in the hand right now.
Still pretty confident the 8s are good.
Yeah, I tend to agree with your first analysis. Like, you know, maybe you're a little bit worried that he's got a 3, but I'm not folding anyway. I'm not worried about the ace. I'm not really worried about a 9. I'm not worried about diamonds.
Yeah, they like.
If you had any of those hands, you're probably going with it. And Maeda getting such a good price, decided to take one off. What's his thought process now?
Well, he's thinking he's getting a good price again, and he's calling again.
I mean, is he thinking maybe King High is good now?
He must be. He must be factoring that into his decision making here. And
or
now
he just knows he's going to hit a king. Is that it? Wow.
Well, as you keep pointing out, Coleman is not exactly running hot at this final table. This is really disgusting.
He's going to hate this.
He's got to hate it because
Yeah, look, they see, he's just like, he can't believe it.
he got value bets in on the flop and the turn. And now gets rivered by a hand that shouldn't really be in there, Tuck.
And look at this now. Look at the top of the board.
We have a new chip leader.
We do have a new chip leader. It's Nicholas Seward. And what was kind of, you know, the haves and the have-nots, or I should say the have and the have-nots, at the start of this has completely changed. David Coleman, the 31-year-old, is the oldest at the table, the most experienced.
Yeah, I was feeling that music, kind of dancing a little bit.
I mean,
Guitar
Jason
solo.
Kuhn,
Yeah,
Phil Galfon, Run It Once.
Jungle Man.
I mean, listen, even if I have no idea what Jungle Man is talking about, he's going to entertain me.
Of course.
That's the important thing. Maeda has been a pair magnet. 24 hands in. He's had 8s twice, and now he's had 9s.
We've seen him min raise. We've seen him put in 6 of his 10 big blinds. And now we're looking at another bet sizing from the creative Japanese native. He makes it 1.15 million here with the 9s. What does that tell you?
We're just 24 hands in, but would you be comfortable saying that Akinobu is the wild card at this table?
I'm very comfortable saying that. I have no idea what he's up to.
Yeah, primarily plays cash games. His highest World Series of Poker finish was earlier this year when he finished 29th in event 23. That was a $1,500. Then 14 big blinds.
And this was not a turbo, which tells me that players were pretty slow earlier in the tournament. If you get to the final table and the average stack is 20 big blinds, that means that players were, you know, stalling a lot earlier in the tournament.
How much do you have roughly? Sorry.
9.8 increases.
Okay, 9. So 11 total.
Now, oftentimes when you're the chip leader, you take the reign of, okay, I can be the captain bully. The medium stacks have to fold because of ICM, and you know, all that. But when the chip lead is so small and so precarious, are you still thinking that way or no?
Not really. I mean, if somebody at this table had 2 or 3 big blinds, you can start to think that way because we're all waiting for that player to bust. But like you say, Tuck, they're so even in chips right now. The chip lead means very little, as we're going to see a 3-bet here.
Yeah. Well, how does Maeda respond?
I mean, he's got, what's 15, 16 big blinds. Might as well just stick it in with ace-queen and hope for the best, right?
So a raise from Maeda, a 3-bet from Seward, back over to Maeda.
7.
It is 1.5 to call, or
No one's above like 11 or 12.
does he opt to fold or put it all
No
in?
one's below 7.
I mean, as you mentioned, he is a wild card. I think folding would be pretty tragic. And it's pretty tough to play this hand from out of position versus a 3-bet. And given these stack sizes, and that there isn't anyone who's about to bust out off 2 or 3 big blinds, all signs point to shove strategically, but again, you know, this player has never cashed for more than $15,000 in any poker tournament, so he might be thinking about trying to get a bigger score today.
I did ask Maeda if the money would stop him from playing his game. To his credit, he said no.
They always say no. Now the chips are down,
say?
we'll see.
Right.
It's easy to say, but now that the time has come for him to stick it in, let's see if he can.
He makes the call. I always fall back on what Mike Tyson says, which is, you know, we all have a plan until you get punched in the face.
Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. Well, anyway, he's out of position with the better hand. Let's see the flop.
Extremely splashy.
And this is the issue with calling. Now what?
I mean, we have nothing on the flop. We've got, I guess we have that queen of clubs. He has no way of knowing that he's a huge favorite in this pot. He's going to check.
I mean, Seward's got to be a little bit injured because I don't know if Seward puts Maeda on a hand as strong as ace-king or ace-queen, thinking, okay, that hand probably is shoved, so what kind of hands is he getting called by here?
Well, Seward's a very strong player, Tuck, and he's noticed that Maeda is a little bit unpredictable, so he really may have. The thing about having a wild card at your table is that it's impossible to put them on anything. This guy could have aces, he could have 5 deuce, he could have king 8 of hearts.
And Seward checks it back. And there's the ace. Oh.
Well, this is great news for Maeda.
A tragic turn card for Seward. And Maeda, the 25-year-old. Oh, this is absolute gold. 6.9 million in there. I mean, they basically have a pot-sized bet left.
Exactly, just over. Now he checks. He's trying to slow play it here. He must know that ace queen is probably good.
What's up, buddy?
Θα προσπαθήσω, Μπουρί. Θα προσπαθήσω.
I need it right now.
Goes for the slow play.
Άμα είμαστε τρεις, προλαβαίνεις.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, if you know the ace is going to come, this is the perfect way to play ace queen.
That's true.
Man wants a donut.
You're talking about that clairvoyant poker, yeah.
Yes.
Not a fan of this whole using my sweatshirt to cover my face. I've already got a hat and mirrored sunglasses on. At this point, I don't think I could pick Seward out of a lineup.
I'm good right now. I'll have more of the
Hopefully I
Seward?
won't have to, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I have his bio in front of me, and I don't see anything in there that would indicate you would need to.
No rap sheet?
Nothing I see. Seward, going to go for a little bit of value, 1.4 million. Little does he know he's value owning himself.
Yeah, how could he know? I mean, ace queen should have been all in before the flop.
Maybe you're worried about a hand like ace 10?
No.
I suppose, ace
But
10,
Everyone's
yeah.
very close.
You can't worry about
It's hard for your
everything.
opponent to have an ace when you have an ace.
Right.
Shit happens.
Έβαλε τώρα.
And when
Blockers.
It's all in, it's hard to win.
Well, by not check raising,
Αβανσάσω 4 έχει.
Maeda has now put himself in a position where it's tough to play this river.
Does a river card come
Oh
off?
my!
Oh my!
Goodness.
I was going to say, does a river card come off? That kills the action. Well, doesn't kill the action, but Seward now hits it. Now Seward, by the way, a great poker player, but has really run well.
Oh,
We saw
yeah,
the
he's-
river earlier on against the against Nicolaus Angelo, where he made the straight, and here ace queen versus ace jack, he hits the jack.
He's
Now it is a
been red hot.
club.
Well, yeah, okay. So we're going to worry about that? No, I don't think so. I mean, I think we're going to be. Wow, I'm shocked by this. I don't know what we're looking at here, Tuck.
Ο αριστερά μου.
A chance to bust a player.
I thought maybe there was something. It was like his style. I'd agreed with him. He goes, no. Because I just got lucky.
You got to respect the humility there,
Yeah,
Tuck. You
I
know,
was like, okay.
not trying to say, well, I'm a master of the 6-max format. He's like, no, it's just luck of the draw.
Yeah, I happen to run well in the six-handed.
I play these events, and sometimes I final table them.
Yeah.
Maeda all in here with ace-10 suited.
It's not exactly.
Yeah, no nuance on this one.
Can I get a count? I jammed ace deuce suited 15 or 16 whatever last time.
It's a little too hefty, I think.
I'm convinced you're going to miss your dinner reservation, and because we're going to be playing, we're going to have an average stack of like 4 big blinds at some point.
On collision.
Yeah, I mean, one of the issues is for Angelo is like, it's half his stack,
No, I got it.
right?
Right, yeah, he can't really fool around with queen 6 here.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's it go.
Maeda was so
If I win a free roll, I win like $33.24.
Roughly, and then
And more often than not, I cash and I win like 11 cents. And by the way, I'm excited about it.
as you should be.
10 as well.
All in.
All in here for Holski.
Yeah, I can.
Maeda's got queen 9 suited. This is blind on blind.
I'm still like being cautious. I just
Keep in mind, this is not a big shove at all. Yes, it's 5.1 million, but the blinds are 300,000, 600,000. So
maybe we can go. I don't think I have enough of a like discrepancy to like start rapidly. You know what I mean?
It's just, do you want to call off with queen 9? It is suited, so it's pretty.
it's a hand you love shoving with, right?
Yeah,
But
absolutely, yeah. Blind versus blind, I mean, technically it's probably theoretically a call. I'm just not sure that Maeda will make it, and I'm not sure that I would make it in his position.
Yeah, it's about 8 big blinds.
There's
And he does make the call,
Makes
and
the
he's in
call.
bad shape.
Riga 9 ο Ουρανός.
Hot is just under 11 million, and Maeda is at risk.
I think
And Holski might be flexing those muscles again for us, Tuck, unless he takes a bad beat here. All in pre-flop with king 9 suited versus queen 9 suited.
Silver break, like 20.
He's in a great spot.
Yep, 69% of the time,
King nine,
Holski
queen nine.
will effectively double up. And that will put him in
Correct.
second place.
Keep it clean. Keep it clean. Keep
Again,
it back.
Maeda at risk.
We want king nine to win.
So far, so good for king nine of clubs. Maeda
prayer
dragged
hands.
thin. You can see the outs on the top of the screen. Looking for a lady, looking for a queen.
The prayer hands came a little too late this time, maybe.
Oh!
Spicy card here.
Jack of diamonds on the turn. Neither player with a diamond in their hand, but Maeda picks up a straight draw.
Open-ended.
And he hits it! Oh, wow. The river has been, well, very effective if you want a long final table. The 25-year-old Maeda doubles up and is now on 10.9 million, and now it's Maeda who's second. So one card away from being out the door, and now he's in second place. What a turn of events. And for Holski, Costa Jack and his followers, they are distraught as he is very short.
The look on Holski's face says it all, Tuck. He is not a happy camper. You get it in so good. King 9 versus Queen 9. What else can you expect? Of course, you're going to go get a high five from the rail after that one. What a river.
And that has been the theme of the final table so far. River after river, whether it's a river 6, 10-6 versus 7-5. And for Holski, I mean, listen, the river saved him about 25 minutes ago. Now the river puts him in a position where he is very, very short. The blue chips, just 100,000 over there. Listen, I love that you're here, but if you want to maybe open up 2 screens and watch them both, I highly recommend it. Danny Wong, Phil Ivey, Jason Mercier, you might have heard of him. Former Player of the Year. Speaking of Player of the Year, Jason is looking for another bracelet. He is a 6-time bracelet winner here. Danny Wong, 1 bracelet. Phil Ivey, 10.
That's quite a stacked final table, but you know, what's one more bracelet to any of those guys? We've got 5 players here who have never won any bracelets at all, so this is the more important stream, in my opinion.
It's been a pretty amazing year for, you know, when you think of the best in the world, if Phil Ivey can close that out. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. What a turn of events here.
I'm not sure, but I think he's calling, Tuck.
Yeah, I think so. What a turn of events here. And by the way, unless Seward gets really lucky, Seward will now be one of our short stacks. That's how fluid the situation is.
I like that. It's a very fluid situation.
I think we
AKA
Does he have a heart? I mean, it's diamond.
a crapshoot.
Oh my. David Coleman and Seward on the right there. Maeda hoping his aces hold up.
Maeda at risk, by the way.
Yeah.
I feel like you're going to make him straight. Yeah.
Akinobu Maeda
10 bigs.
at risk, but way ahead. And, well, I think he's going to continue to be way ahead. He's got top set. Now, there are some running cards for Seward. Diamonds or straight cards.
Love the optimism, pal.
Other than that, it's over.
Yep. Many turn cards have Seward drawing dead. That's one of them.
Yep.
River irrelevant. And Maeda with the full double up. And now Maeda's our chip leader on 17 million.
And Maeda, you may recall, started this final table as the short stack.
Yeah. Yeah, Maeda started this with
tournament be
2.5 million. When the blinds were 200,000, 400,000.
Correct.
So he started with about 6 big blinds. Now keep in mind, he's the chip leader. He's pumped. Still only on 21 big blinds, though.
Not mentally.
See Asher Cuniff, a bracelet winner earlier this year.
Yeah, Asher won the 5K reunion. David Coleman actually final tabled that as well. So this is his second final table of the summer.
No.
But as a competitor, you know, perhaps with my sports background or whatever the case may be, if I'm playing in any type of competitive situation, I'm trying to win.
Yeah, I'm really happy if I get the semifinals. Just give me the semifinals. I'm like, yeah, this is good.
Semifinals, I guess, would be making.
See if he raises here. King 10, probably another raise. Why not, frankly, if nobody's going to play back at him.
Right. It'd be funny if he folded this one. Like, he raises all the junk hands. No, he does. He shoves with King 10, forcing his opponents to pick up a hand.
And this is the third player. This is the third player, by the way, of the 5 that we have left that has, at some point, kind of like been the alpha, so to speak.
Right.
It's been this man, Nicholas Seward. It's been David Coleman. And now, Maeda, the 20th.
I wait for this other player to bust so that I can get 3rd place instead of 5th. And I get that. It's just, I'm just more of a go for it kind of guy. I understand the theory. I understand the math behind it.
6.
I throw caution to the wind when I get to a final table. Which, to be fair, I've only ever done once at the World Series of Poker.
See, maybe I was going to say, I mean, maybe that's part of the issue. Maeda now, this could be trouble.
Yeah, I mean, he's been so aggressive. He's playing every hand, and now
man.
Coleman might pick the wrong time to take a stand. He finally picks up Ace-Jack. He's actually got something.
And he lets Ace-9 go.
And Holsky won't play with King-Queen.
But you can see this, though. The pressure from Maeda. Maeda moving all in, gets Ace. Now, turns out
22.
Coleman's got queens. I don't think he's folding this one.
24.
Yeah, how far do we take ICM?
Yeah, no, this is there we're going with this one. It is interesting, and if you're watching this, and you know, way back when, I mean, the smart poker players were certainly aware of ICM, but I don't think from a mathematical, you know, theoretical point of view, they took it to this level. And for every player that knew about ICM, there were 3 that were just like, whatever, let's go with it. I got Ace-5. I'm not folding.
That's true. I mean,
the game's changed.
The game has changed a lot, and you know, I joke around about ICM is for poor people and everything, but the truth is, theoretically, it is the correct strategy.
4.8.
He's doing this 4.8 thing again.
Yeah, and this time, obviously, he's not going to fold. Oh.
I have 7-9 total.
Happy to tell him how much he's got.
And Maeda is all in.
Queens, king, queen, queens.
Coleman snaps it off. And Coleman's tournament life on the line now. Every time it's been the other player at risk, Coleman has not been able to win. Can he win this one to save his own tournament life?
First time Coleman has been all in all day. He's a 68% favorite. Maeda looking for a king, or maybe some straight cards, some other way for him to beat queens with king-queen.
I mean, listen, I try to stay objective in the booth, but David Coleman has had such a tough day. I find myself rooting for him.
It's been brutal for him all day. A great flop. Very clean for Coleman here.
Spade.
5 of hearts. It was the king earlier that Maeda hit before he won a pot versus Coleman. If he hits a king here, it's the end of David Coleman's day.
Let's go! Come on, baby! Let's go!
And a full double up, and Coleman, by the way, is now back in the chip lead. Coleman and Maeda essentially neck and neck.
GG.
As they just flop places.
7-9.
Yeah, and that's what happens with these sort of very short final table situations. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the chip lead switch 5-6 more times.
Oh, I had 7-9, so I have.
Question 17. I have for you.
Sure, right.
And this is 2020.
I'm getting it now. Yeah.
Knowing how tight the players were playing. Take a look at our Monkey Tilt Daily Fantasy Sports. Everybody guaranteed now $168,448. First place, that beautiful bracelet, and $516,000 And David Coleman, well,
Yep.
it has been a
Yeah, 3.2.
kind of a ride to get
4
here.
But down to just the final 4.
4 million total, like including my bag.
Seward, by the way, in the big blind with just 4.8 million. So you put that in perspective, he has 3 million behind. That's it.
Well, is Jack 10 good enough for him to go after it, or is Maeda going to get another one through?
Yeah,
No,
he's going to call, and I think he had to.
Yeah.
He just laddered up, just made an extra 48,000.
Jack 10 over.
He's in pretty good shape. He's about a 2-to-1 favorite to double up.
The closest.
Definitely
Yeah,
call.
we have
Definitely.
Ще один олин, що вони дивляться?
And you can hear Coleman saying definitely a call, and I agree.
Треба, щоб 6-9 виграло. Чувак з поносом, а проти...
You cannot fold your way to a bracelet, Tuck.
And he has
You got to get in there at some point.
I have Jack
Там
10.
щось блайндів 4 було.
Safe to assume Maeda raising 100% of his hands all in that situation. So Jack 10 obviously good enough
We win this. We win this.
to give action and
Давай, хай поносному чуваку доїде.
bet your whole tournament life on. There's a 10.
Okay.
There
Okay.
is a 10, but Maeda picks up a straight draw. An 8 would give him the straight.
Та то вже коли в мене було півблайнда.
8.8 million in there. Clean turn card. Only a snowman will eliminate Nicholas Seward. Otherwise, he's in there, and Maeda is back down to 12 million.
8.8 million in the pot, and Maeda needs an 8.
5 of spades. We continue on four-handed. I'm going back, and I'm going to play again tomorrow.
It's a great question, Tuck. I think the real key is you just remember it's about your decisions. Did I play well today? If he wants to beat himself up about any decisions he made, that's fine. If he thinks that maybe he made a mistake in a hand, that's fine. But really, it seemed to me like what went wrong for him was luck. And we can't control our luck. He had bad luck today, bottom line. Come back tomorrow, play again. Meanwhile, Maeda with the suited ace-queen. Small blind versus big blind.
Would you limp in here? Is there a thought of where you might limp in and let Seward, as the chip leader, kind of take the bait?
I would if he had been more aggressive all day, but he really hasn't. I think we need to bet our own hands against this player.
Fair enough. I mean, we did just see Seward move all in with King 5.
That's true. That's true.
Head back over. We're about 60 hands into our evening. Event 31, the $3,000 no limit hold'em 6 max. Maeda on the button with ace 9. Gonna raise. Doesn't look like he's gonna get any action here. Nope. Raise and take it. Maeda climbing up there. Holtzky is now down to Maeda with King Jack on the button. Just 9 big blinds.
All in, baby. There's 2.5 million out there for him to pick up.
I'm bringing you in for, like, I want the analysis. Like, okay, should you raise and then maybe like move? No, just move all in.
I mean,
That's it, huh?
he has 9.
9 big blinds.
Yeah. Well, he's going to do something cute because he's Maeda.
Yeah.
There he goes. Getting cute with it.
Can I have a count, please?
Why does Seward want to count? Does he have a hand, Tuck?
I would imagine so. He hasn't really Hollywooded. So I would imagine that he does. We'll get a peek at it in just a moment.
11.
I'm in the dark like you right now, but he looks very
That's
interested.
not 11.
Yeah. How could it be 11?
Those are 500K chips.
Yeah, they're going to get an accurate count.
It looks like he's put in about half his stack.
5,000,005. Okay, thank you. And then how much do you have behind?
20 million.
Oh, I was talking to him.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's got him dominated.
Okay. That's good. Thank you.
The dream scenario for Seward. I don't think Seward lets this one go, do you?
Oh, of course not. Three-handed, ace-jack. If he folds this one, I'm going to take these headphones off and walk right out the door.
No, you can't leave.
They did lock the door.
Yeah,
didn't they?
you're in.
All in.
There's the all in. Holtzky's got a king. Oh, this is really bad shape for Maeda. So Maeda's already dominated, and we know one of the kings is dead. And you can see Maeda looking up to the sky. He knows he's in bad shape.
Вибиваємо. У мене король був, у мене король 5 був, так що.
20.1 million in the pot. Are we just 5 cards away from being heads up?
努力を肩を磨いてきたわけやから。
Звали треба, щоб грав. Короля блочимо, короля блочимо.
キングマジでキングマジでキング
Давай, ну без хуйні.
マジでキングマジでキング。
Так. Ну трохи заспокой.
Terrible spot here for Maeda.
Maeda's friends right behind him, cheering him on.
Це фігня.
Queen high flop, not much going
Десятку,
on.
давай десятку. Тен! Нормально.
キング天王キング天王キング。
Так. А, точно. Ой, цю. Бля, що я кажу?
He just says, "Come on, king."
О,
That is not a king. Deuce of spades on the
Sorry,
turn.
давай.
Maeda needs some help. King of diamonds or king of clubs, or that is it for him.
Ай, тен, без фіні. Ну, дев'ятка нормальна, типу, без проблем. Дев'ятка без проблем. Ну, типу, об'єктивно, дев'ятка без проблем. Давай, без фіні.
10 of hearts, and it is, and we are heads up. And what a run for Akinobu Maeda, the 25-year-old. His biggest score before today, $6,898, and he just won himself $238,000. What a performance.
Walked away from that consulting job
Thanks.
out there in Los Angeles and said, "I'm going to Vegas, whether you guys like it or not. Take this job and shove it." I'm not sure he said those exact words, Talk, but he
本編の方はいかがだったでしょうか。では今から解説パートへ移ります。どうぞ。はい、じゃあミスしたと思うハンド解説1ハンド目ですね。これ SB からオールインが来て 4BB ぐらいのオールイン、その人が一番ショートな時で自分が BB で2番目にショートで94オフを持っているシーンですね。9っていうカードが割と強いっていうか、相手の半分以上のカードですよね。9って真ん中が8なんで、だから、2オーバーに対しても32、3%、34%ぐらいあるかな。で相手が例えば1オーバーエース3とかキング3とかだったら40% ぐらいあるんで、どうしようかなって思ってる時ですね。だいたいこの相手の適切なオールインレンジに対しては35% ぐらい勝率あるのかなって思ってて、でコールに必要な勝率が33% とかだったんですかね。このオールインに対してチップ EV 的に。で結果悩んだ結果コールしたんですけど、ICM でかかった状況で、このコールは良くないかなっていうイメージですね。しかもこの大舞台で相手が適切なオールインレンジでやってきているのかどうかも怪しいから、普段より強いオールインレンジに対してその見積もりでコールしているのは良くないっていう2つのミスがここはあると思いますね。相手のレンジが実際のオールインレンジより多分強いであろうなら降りた方がいい。また、ICM 的にチップ EV のコールが正しかったとしても、そこの 2% ぐらい削っていいかなっていう感じですかね。結構絶望なフロップですねこれ。で負けと。コールしなくてよかったですねこれ。早く賞金上がりてーって思ってたですもんね。でも悔しい。じゃあ2ハンド目ですね。これはちょっとミスしたっていうか、ミスしたとは自分は思ってないんですけど、なんかコメントありそうだなって思ったんで、解説入れとこっかなみたいなハンドですね。 エースクイーンオフでオープンしてて、でも自分がセカンドチップリーですね。16BB ぐらい持ってって 2BB のオープンしてます。ここに対して3ベッド入ってて、で多分皆さんこれ4ベッドオールインしねえのみたいな感じで思われるかもしれないんですけど、結構どっちでもいいのかなっていうハンドですね。相手にカバーされている状態でセカンドチップリ、それでまあ実際よりもこの3ベッドレンジ、その相手がチップリだから広げてるような3ベッドレンジがしっかり構築されてんのってなった時に、まあそれも怪しいかなって思ってたんで、まあエースクイーンオフ強いハンドですけど、まあ相手がじゃあめちゃくちゃ激硬な3ベッドレンジを構築してた時に、なんかバリューと考えて4ベッドオールインするようなハンドではないですよね、多分。なんで、まあ、だから結構エースクイーンオフほぼほぼコールしちゃうかなって思ってたですね。まあ4ベッドジャムが悪いっていうことではないんですけど、他に自分よりショートのプレイヤーが3人いて、この状況でこの3ベッドに対してだと、まあ、ゴールでいいのかなって感じですかね。ここはバックドアもついてて2オーバー、正直なんか降りれないような状況なんで、だいぶ打つなって思ってましたね。しびやめてって。まあ相手から見てもやっぱコールするレンジも強いと思うんで、S ジャックオフだったんですね。このエースいいエースですよね。普通にトップヒットのグッドキッカーになったんで、まあ相手がこうやってやってきてるエースジャックであったり、まああとはオフスートのエース6、エース7とかエース5、まあスートのエース、ここら辺も入ってるか。まあ入ってた場合、ライト3に入ってた場合は、そういったとこからももうちょっとチップがもらえるかなみたいなエース。相手がジャックスクイーンズキングス持っててもそれをまくったエースなんで、まあ、実質エースキングとあんま入ってないと思うんですけど、エース10あたり、エース10スートとかもあるかなと、10ポケ、9ポケあたりにしか負けてないような状況になったんで、結構いいエースですね。でもめちゃくちゃ安く打たれて、何パーですかねこれ。まあ、20% ないぐらいだと思うんですけど、まあでもチェックレイズオールインの選択肢も考えてなかったと思いますね。今でもしないかな。これチェックレイズオールインして相手がコールするとこでこっちが勝ってるハンドあんのって感じですね。まあ、エースジャックでも降りちゃうんじゃないかなぐらいの気分ですけどね。やっぱバリューでチェックレイズオールインするときは相手のコールレンジに勝っているハンド使いたいんで、このジャックは最悪のジャックでしたね。打たれたらどうしようって考えてたんですけど、まあなんかチェックバックしてくれて、でもまあ最小限って言っていいのか分かんないですけど、まあしゃあないジャックだったですね。まあハンド終わっちゃったんですけど、最後にちょっとまあミスの解説するって言ったんですけど、このハンドは別にミスだって自分は思ってなくて、まあ、なるべくしてこうなったかな、今見てても同じことするのかなっていう感想ですね。で3ハンド目いきましょう。これはなんか自分がチップリになってて 31BB ぐらい持ってて、他のプレイヤーが このクイーンズの人が 10BB でセカンドチップリ、他が、まあ 6BB、4BB、4BB ぐらいですかねの圧倒的有利な状況になります。で結構イケイケで自分がこの数ハンド前とかずっとオールインしてたんですよね。まあもちろん、このチップ量だったらそのプレイになると思うんですけど、しててちょっとね僕イケイケでしたねこの時。ちょっとだいぶチップも持ってて、これブレスレット取れんじゃねみたいな、ちょっと気分が高揚してる時ですかね。恥ずかしいけどに、セカンドチップリから自分のスタックの半分以上の、レイズが来てて 6BB オープンぐらいですかね。でこれキングクイーンオフ持っててオールインしちゃうんですけど、いやー普通にどう考えてもしないかなみたいな。これだいぶミスですね。これは結構大きなミスですね。今見ても悔しい。でこの時ちょっと考えたこととしては、この人がうまいプレイヤーだったんですよね。今見るとどう考えても折り代なんてないんですけど、 10BB のうち 6BB のレイズしてたら、これなんか折り代あるんじゃねみたいな、ホールドエクイティもあるんじゃねみたいな意味わからんこと考えてやってますね完全に。相手のセカンドチップリのオールインしてくるハンドレンジを考えたときに、キングクイーンオフでコールする、実質これもうこっちのオールインじゃなくてこっちのオールインにコールみたいな感じなんですよね。それにコールするのはもう大きなミスかな。悔しいですねこれ。これなかったらなーって1週間眠れなかったですね正直。飛んだ後今でもこれもう見てると悔しいです。なんかイケイケやったな。皆さんはこういったミスはしないように。これもねちゃんともうちょっと時間を置いて考えたら多分降りれてたんですけど、どんなレンジでオールインしてきてるんだろうなみたいな、本当にホールドエクイティあるのみたいな、これちゃんと考えてたら降りれてたと思うんで、皆さんもちゃんと考えてプレイしましょう。はい、ハンド解説いかがだったでしょうか。いやー今見ても悔しいっすね。もうそこまでブレスレットだったからね、もう目の前にブレスレットがあるような状況だったんで、だいぶ悔しいですね。今回言い訳させてもらうと、やっぱり大きな大会、自分大型大会にエントリーするのが WSOP が初めてだったんで、そういった中で運よく FT まで生き残れてそこでプレーするってことになって、だいぶ緊張もしてたのかなみたいな感じですね。もっとやっぱ考えてプレーする癖をつけたいですね。今回はミスしたハンドばっかり解説しているんですけど、これから上がっていく動画、いろんなトーナメントシリーズ行く予定なんで、直近はキプロスなんですけど、そういったところで上がる動画にはいいプレーしたハンドであったり、ミスしたなって思うようなハンドもしっかり上げていく予定なんで、皆さんがなんでそういったプレーしたの、ここ違うんじゃないみたいなハンドに対する疑問などがあったらどんどん返信していったり、1個前の動画みたいにね解説するような動画も上げていきたいと思ってるので、ぜひコメントとチャンネル登録よろしくお願いします。では次回の EPT キプロスでお会いしましょう。バイバーイ。
We'll be right back.